Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto our Heavenly Father, Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham Rakakadash, Rakta Yahweh, Rakta Shai, and Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father's true name, whom the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the Heavenly Father's Son's name, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And giving double honors unto the apostles and elders of great news who taught me this truth. And shalom unto the Akiam around the world, teaching this truth in sincerity. And in today's and this video is for Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and all scattered Israelites around the world. And I'll go into today's lesson, delving into the topic of how AI is taking over most people's jobs all around the world, especially there in Babylon the Great, and its new study sheds light on what kinds of workers are losing jobs to AI. And it reads, artificial intelligence is replacing entry-level workers whose job can be performed by generative artificial intelligence tools, AI, like ChatGPT, a rigorous new study finds. Early career employees in fields that are most exposed to AI have experienced a 13% drop in employment since 2022 compared to more experienced workers in the same field. When measured against people in sectors less buffeted by the fast emerging technology, according to recent working paper from Stanford economists Eric Brand, Jobson, Barack Panda, and Rai Chen, these weird names. The study adds to the growing body of research suggesting that the spread of generative AI in the workplace is likely to disrupt the market, especially for younger workers, the report's authors said. These large language models are trained on books, articles, and written material found on the internet and elsewhere, Brian Jobson told CBS Money Watch. That's the kind of book learning that a lot of people get at universities before they enter the job market. So there is a lot of overlap between these LLMs and the knowledge young people have. The research highlights two fields in particular where AI already appears to be supplanting a significant number of young workers: software engineering and customer service. Between late 2022 and July 2025, entry-level employment in those areas declined by roughly 20%, according to the report, while employment for older workers in the same jobs grew. Overall, employment for workers aged 22 to 25 in the most AI-exposed sectors dropped 6% during the study period. By comparison, employment in those areas rose between 6% and 9% for older workers, according to the researchers. The analysis reveals a similar pattern playing out in the following fields: accounting and auditing, secretarial and administrative work, computer programming, sales. Older employees who generally have navigated a workplace for a longer period of time are more likely to have picked up the kinds of communication and other soft skills that are harder to teach, and that employers may be reluctant to replace with AI, the data suggests. Older workers have a lot of tacit knowledge because they learn tricks of trade from experience that may never be written down anywhere. Brian Jobson explained, they have knowledge that's not in the LLM, so they are not being replaced as much by them. And they continue, the study is usually robust given that generative AI technology are only a few years old, while experts are just starting to systematically dig into the impact on the labor market. The Stanford researchers use data from ADP, which provides payroll processing services to employers with a combined 25 million workers to track employment changes for full-time workers in occupations that are or more or less exposed to AI. The data included detailed information of workers, including their ages and precise job titles. AI doesn't just threaten to take jobs away from workers as with past cycles of innovation to render some jobs extinct while creating others, Brian Johnson said. Tech has always been destroying jobs and creating jobs. There has always been a turnover, he said. There is a transition over time, and that's what we are seeing now, augmented or automated. For example, the fields like nursing, AI is more likely to augment human workers by taking over root tasks, freeing healthcare practitioners to spend more time focusing on patients, according to proponents of the technology. While entry level employment has fallen in in professions that are most exposed to AI, no such decline has occurred in jobs where employers are looking to use these tools to support and expand what employees do. Workers who are using these tools to augment their work are benefiting, but Jobson said. So there's a rearrangement of the kind of employment in the economy. Advice for young workers. As of late last year, 23% of employees were using generative AI in their jobs at least once per week, according to report from Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. Workers who can learn to use AI to help them to do their jobs better will be best positioned for success in today's labor market, according to Brown Northson. The recent report from AI staffing firm Bridgeworks found that starting salaries for entry-level AI workers rose by 12% from 2024 to 2025. Young workers who learn to use AI effectively can be much more productive, but if you are just doing things that AI can already do for you, you won't have much value add. And Jobson's told CBS Money Brand Jobson told CBS Money Watch, this is the first time we are getting clearer evidence of these kinds of employment effects, but it's probably not the last time, he added. It's something we need to pay increasing attention to as it evolves and companies learn to take advantage of things that are there. And so, like we have been always been saying, this they are only trying to target the universal basic income where AI will take over all manner of jobs that humans do, and then through the MOTB, one will be able to receive some kind of stipend. I don't know whether it will be on monthly or weekly basis, but whatever means they use, the universal basic income will be used alongside with the MOTB, where a, a fixed set of should I say some kind of salary or in the form of income. That's why it's called universal basic income. A form of income will be paid periodically through the MOTB, and that is only for those who take it. And so you see that this devil is trying to get rid of most jobs around the world so that people they will do deceive people uh, into taking the MOTB, where they will be giving some kind of say monthly stipend, so that they can completely depend on the AI system for money, or through means of healing, because they said they can use the chip to heal psychosis or mental illness, and to make people walk, to see, to hear, all those false miracles. And we clearly see that this is what Esau is doing. So it's only best for, because those who stand a chance are those who are in the what's it called, the trade jobs, such as plumbing, electrician, mechanics, and so on and so those kinds of jobs that require my like hand labor and those kinds of jobs are the ones that will be, if anything, will be on the last line to be taken off before anything else. That will be the last kind of jobs that will truly uh, be taken out last before maybe they fully implement the AI takeover of all jobs around the world. And so it's best that the our brothers engage in these kinds of manual jobs such as masonry, carpentry, those kind of physical trade jobs that would help out. But we know our mind is not all here on this earth. So whatever way that Yahushai tries to deliver us, or the trial that will get us through, we only hope to endure, whether we have a job or not. And we hope that the Lord gives us the strength to be able to endure no matter what comes our way. And so I'll go to these following scriptures. Okay, I'll go to this data here. It said AI overview. The latest non-farm job figures shows this was recent. US job growth was sluggish in August 2025 with only 22,000 jobs added, and this is extremely low because before then, when I was monitoring this, like say for like almost 4 years or 5 years now, normally the jobs being added would be in the hundreds of thousands, like 300,000, 200,000, and so on and so forth. And this is the first time I've seen one that's been below 100,000, like 22,000 in time. That shows that something on the horizon is on the way, and is coming, and significantly lower than the 75 expected by economists. The employment rate also rose to 4.3. The unemployment rate also rose to 4.3. The report revealed a marked slowdown in hiring, with job gains for the previous 2 months revised downwards by 21%, 21,000, suggesting a weakening labor market and likely reinforcing expectations for a Federal Reserve interest rate cut. And so you see the US job market is in turmoil. You see Trump also is also firing many people in the public sector jobs, scaling back funding for institutions, and so this automatically too leads to job losses. But we know AI too has also contributed significantly to job loss of the citizens there of Babylon the Great, and our women too have been caught up in it, and and they keep on complaining on TikTok. And I'll go straight to the Isaiah chapter 19 verses 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do can. This is happening as we speak, and it will only get worse as time goes on. And this is Ecclesiastes 12 verses 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Same as the job losses that is currently going on in Babylon the Great and around the world as well. In this Isaiah chapter 32 verses 12, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vines, a reference to people mourning the loss of what was once provided by these things, the loss of sustenance, represented by teats, milk, pleasant fields, food, and the fruitful vine, and that caused the coming judgment of the land. And it's already here. You're already seeing people crying all around TikTok about job losses, especially our women, the Eve on TikTok, lamenting that they've been fired. They don't know where to have their next meal for themselves and their kids. They've been put off, they've been removed from the EBT programs and so on and so forth, and things will only get worse. And only the hopeful elect of Yahushai shall see this through, because the Lord is with them. And so I'll end today's lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Bashar Kakadash, Shalom, Shalom.